529 plans have become very popular, and there are a lot of publications you'll read that go, oh, 529 plans are the way to save. And there are some advantages to 529 plans. Number one, in most states, there is some sort of tax deduction that goes along with you contributing to a 529 plan. Second of all, with a 529 plan, once you contribute money to it, then the money grows on a tax-deferred basis. And ultimately, if you take that money out and you use it for college education, you don't ever have to pay taxes on the gain. So that's a pretty good deal. I'm going to tell you, though, that in most situations, I don't recommend a 529 plan. And here are the reasons why. Number one, you have very limited investment choices. The 529 plans are technically and legally sponsored by the treasurer of each state. And treasurers are elected officials. And the last thing they want is for people to put money into a 529 plan, the account goes down, and then somehow the voters blame them for the losses in their 529 account. And so as a result, many, if not most, of the investment choices that are available in 529 plans are more conservative than what you might otherwise buy for a youngster who has a 15 or an 18-year time horizon before you're going to start getting the money. Second of all, you never know how kids are going to turn out. There's a couple of scenarios. Yes, the middle-of-the-road kid, great, we've saved money in this 529 plan, we'll take it and we'll pay for college. But there are some kids who are really good, and they get full-ride scholarships to whatever university they're going to. Well, now you've accumulated this money in the 529 plan, but you're not having to pay for any college. So instead, what you'd like to do is take that money and help them buy a house when they graduate. If you use the money from a 529 plan for anything other than education, you have to not only pay taxes on it, but you have to pay a 10% penalty for using the money for some other purpose. On the other hand, let's say you get a kid who does something else with their life. Now, once again, you face those same taxes and penalties to take the money back and use it for something other than education. What I recommend people do is that they take the money and they save it in a separate account, just a regular taxable account, and you're setting aside that money just as you would in a 529 plan. But then you've got the flexibility. If a kid gets a full ride scholarship, you can use that money to pay for your own retirement. If the kid decides you want to help the child buy a house with that money, you can do that. All the options are left to you. And yes, you're going to have to pay some taxes along the way, but I think that the taxes that you might have to pay on growth on the investments over time are worth not having the restrictions that you have with the 529 plan.